guys, welcome back. I'm sorry I'm not very consistent with my videos. My brain is stinky. So today I am doing a pack with me for download video. Now I will just say I'm not actually packing right now, I'm kind of just taking things out of bags and putting them back in. But it'll give you an idea of the sort of stuff that you might want to take. So obviously to start you'll need a rucksack. Mine is currently full of wigs, which I need to sort out, but it's purple. It's a decent size. It's got one of the hard backs on it, so it's easy to carry, and like a waist strap. My friend let me borrow it last year, and then they just said, keep it, we don't need it. So it's mine now. This, by the way, isn't going to be in any sort of order. I've literally just got all the bags next to me, and I'm just going to pick out what comes as it comes. I'm sorry, it's not very organised. That's just how I am. So to start, I've got my makeup kit. So I went through it and took out everything that I'll only need whilst I'm at download. So the bottom compartment, that is for the makeup stuff, and the top is for accessories. Right now it's just full of loads of contact lenses, but I will be putting in earrings and necklaces and stuff like that. So clothes are obvious. I'm not going to show you absolutely everything I'm taking because that will take too long, but I'll show you a few pieces. So I've got this lovely long skirt. It's got chains on it. It was shorts in there, but it wasn't a vibe, so I cut it, and I'm just going to wear a black pencil skirt with it. But it's sheer. It's got like a little flap down the front to hide all your fun bits. I've got this. Now you might be wondering what this is. Yeah. So these are going to go underneath. So I'll be wearing a bra because otherwise I won't be able to wear it at all. So I'll be wearing that, and then these over that, and then like a sheer vest top over that, and then some sort of skirt probably. The final piece that I'm going to show you, it's going to go with the first skirt, is this, and it's just like a fun little harness thingy, and it is my favourite colour if you couldn't tell. But yeah, so they're just a few pieces. Make sure you plan your outfits, plan what days you might wear them, and keep an eye on the weather because it seems to change every single day. So do that and make sure that you pack for all kinds of weather: hot weather, cold weather, medium weather. Pack wellies, please pack wellies. I'm also taking a bit of super glue as well, just in case anything breaks that I really need to have a quick fix, so I'd recommend doing a little bit of that. Accessories, random stuff, so I've got these, I've got two of them for each side. Little bits like that, you know, just fun things that I don't really need, but why not? Liquid talc has saved my life. So I'm a big girl, right? So my thighs rub together. Can't help that, it is what it is. I used to wear cycling shorts, skin coloured cycling shorts to kind of help with that, but it was cutting off a lot of my tattoos. Well, my tattoo that I've got on my thigh. So I got some of this, put it between your thighs, and it is a game changer. And it's quite cheap on Amazon as well. Liquid talc. Again, with makeup, eyeshadow palettes, anything you might need. I wish I could take less than this, but I just have to. I just have to. Wipes. Please take wipes. You will need them to wash yourself down with, you'll need them to take makeup off, you'll need them to clean something, you will need them for so much than you think. So take quite a few of them. Contact lens solution. For me it's for colour contact lenses, not prescription, but I would recommend taking some, especially if you need them for prescription. You will need it. It's not the most sanitary environment, so you want to make sure that you're doing what you can to stay safe, especially when it comes to your eyesight. I'm not going to show them, but card and ID. So Download is a completely cashless festival, so you want to make sure that you've got your card and money on there. There's not much signal there either, so make sure you can have enough money on there to cover either the full week or the weekend, however long you're there for. And an ID, even, you know, you could be 60 odd, you still want to take your ID, just in case. So you want to make sure you're taking yourself a separate little bag to have on you whilst you're in the arena and just generally walking around. This is mine this year. I absolutely love it. It is so me. This is the vibe that I am feeling right now, just with added red. So it came like that, but I've added my own long strap so I can have it over my body safely. I know where it is. So something that's important for me this year, a bunch of little self-care minis. So creams and washes for my face and makeup remover and all that sort of stuff. And that's just because last year when I went, my skin had a really bad breakout and it just took ages to go, and I've finally just got my skin in a place where I don't hate it, so I'm actually making an effort this year. But we'll see if I actually do that. We'll find out. But a lot of these little pots you can get from Boots or just like little cheap stores, that sort of thing. I would recommend putting them into smaller things just because it'll save you so much space and weight in your bag, and it's already going to be really heavy. So lots of these for me. A little thing of dry shampoo. I'm going to be there for 5 nights. There are showers there, but the queue's ages, and I kind of don't mind. It's part of the vibes of the festival, you know, you get there, you get a bit dirty, it is what it is. But dry shampoo for the hair is a must. So I've actually got myself a little travel hairbrush this time, just because my hairbrush is quite big. So I wanted something that I can fold away and pack a lot easier, but it's still going to be nice for me. So I've got one of those. I've got these razors. I am only going to take 1 or maybe 2, and that's for my face. I have PCOS, so I grow hair all down here, a bit thicker over the moustache as well, and also for my eyebrows because I shave those off. So they are a must for me. I'm also taking like a little shaving foam type thing just to make it a bit easier on my face whilst I'm there. These things, oh my god, these are amazing. They're called Hot Hands. Emily brought some last year and it was so cold. And these little tea bag shaped things, they literally saved us. We were all sat in Liv's porch a lot of the time, especially the Thursday night I believe, and we were just there shaking them, keeping warm and chatting shit basically. It was great. That's actually one of my favourite memories from last year. So I've got some gel insoles, and that's to go in my main shoes so that it is a bit easier on my feet, because there is so much walking at Doenload, so much. It's a lot, especially for me when I don't really go anywhere. The most walking I do is when I'm at work. You know, I work in retail, so I don't really sit down, but it's going to be more than that. So gel insoles for me. Sleeping mask, it gets bright in the mornings, so I would recommend getting a good sleeping mask. Especially, my tent isn't a blackout tent, and even if it was, I think I'd still want one of these. Now, I think I've got one somewhere that's got like eyes on it that are open, and that's more to trick someone if someone was to come into my tent to try and steal stuff. I want them to think I was awake and then leave. So I've got these drinks pouches. They are to put alcohol into to try and sneak into the arena, and also to put a bit of water in for when I'm walking around and stuff. So it's really just a bunch of tiny little pouches, and I've got them all for easier pouring. Blister plasters, these are great if you're starting to form a blister somewhere. Pop this on, it's not only going to help to relieve it, but it's also going to help to protect it a little bit. So these are very important. Painkillers and indigestion tablets. I get quite bad heartburn, and if I have a headache, I'm not moving because I just can't function, so I'm taking plenty of that to get me through just in case, especially because when I drink I kind of start to get a headache, which is very annoying, but yeah. Pee ball bags, oh my god, these are incredible. Middle of the night, you need a wee, but you don't really want to walk to the portaloo in your pyjamas, you're all wrapped up, especially if it's muddy, you just take out one of these, pop it open, kind of cup it over yourself, and then just wee into it, and it kind of, there's like a powdered gel stuff in there, so when you wee into it, it turns your wee into a gel, and it really is a lifesaver, honestly. And then you can just take off the seal and then close it, bin it, done. It's also biodegradable, which is even better, so I would so highly recommend these. These are another thing that Emily told me about. I watched her video last year, and yeah, get these. Rain ponchos. These are just like the cheap ones, but they are clear, and that's what I prefer, so you can still see my outfit, you know. I've got quite a few. Because of the cheap ones, they tend to rip, but it is probably going to rain. We live in Britain. It's going to rain, so bring something to protect yourself so you don't get absolutely soaking wet, because then you're just not going to have a good time. Tissues are very, very important. Portaloos often run out of toilet roll, and then you go into them and they're nasty and you don't have any. It's a whole thing. I learned that from my first ever time at Doenload, and yeah, it wasn't great. So lots of little tissues that I can just slip into my bag, and then I don't have to worry about it. Sunscreen. Even though we live in Britain, the weather likes to change. It'll probably get hot, and even if it doesn't, it's still good to protect yourself when you're outside all day for 5 days. So I've got the spray-on kind, SPF 50. I like to be pale, so take sun cream, even if it's supposed to rain every single day. Take it. Please take it. Here we go. This is the mask I was talking about. So just imagine that's what you're walking in on when you're trying to rob me. You're running away. So this, it's a lamp, just for when it's night time and I want to see what I'm actually doing in my tent. That's great. Thank you very much. Handheld fan. Take one of these. It might get really hot. It'll just be nice to have something to waft yourself with, you know. So take it just in case. This is a little perfume pod. So it's just like a little travel size thing that I kind of, you know, it's got a thing on the bottom and you can take the thingy off the perfume. I'm not describing this very well, am I? I hope you understand. But you know that like tiny little plastic pipe bit, once you take the spray part off, pop that on and you just press it a few times and it fills up, and now I've got a small amount of perfume. Toothbrush and toothpaste, you can get those things there at the Fat Frank shop, but it's just nice to take it just in case. Hand sanitizer, again, the portaloos are gross. It's just better to be safe than sorry. Have some hand sanitizer so you can be sanitised. Now I'm taking a few little sachets of electrolytes, so you just pour this into some water and you just drink that and you're going to be feeling a lot better, especially if you've been drinking, but it's also just good because all the walking is tiring and being there is just a bit exhausting, so these are going to help to give you a bit of extra energy. Plasters. I have lots and lots of plasters. You never know what's going to happen. It is always good to be prepared, and it's nice to have some extra for the people that might have forgotten them themselves. Now I'm not going to show it because I don't know what YouTube's policy is, however I have a shiwi. This is also useful for when it's muddy and you don't really fancy going to the portaloo, and you can just use it in your little porch area on the grass. Definitely didn't do that last year. Earplugs, they help a lot. It is noisy all night. There's always people around, and I think this year we're going to be camping near one of the vendors as well, so there's going to be people and music and all that stuff. So these are silicone, they've got like 3 tiers to keep extra sound out, so these, get some good earplugs. Last year I had a few, but I lost them, so I'm just hoping I don't lose these ones. Socks and underwear, obviously, but take extra than what you think you'll need. You know, last year people had food poisoning. You know where I'm going with that. So you just never know what's going to happen. So it's always good to be overly prepared, because it's not, you know, unless you live close, it's not like you can just nip home and sort yourself out. So please take extra socks and underwear, and socks especially, because it gets so cold at night that you just want to layer up, and if it is wet and you get your socks wet, you want to make sure you've got a nice fresh pair to sleep in. Another very, very important thing, please remember your ticket, please, because if you don't, you're either not going or you're going home for another 2, 3, 5 hours, etc. And that, it's just not ideal, is it? No, it's not ideal. So remember your ticket. If it's an online ticket that you've got, then put it into your Google Wallet or something along those lines, because the signal isn't great, and if you can't access it, you're not getting in. So make sure you sort that out. For me personally as well, I am taking the big green coach there from Leeds, so I have also made sure that I have got my coach ticket nice and sorted, including my train tickets as well, because I've got to get to Leeds first, so yay. Alright guys, I think that is just about it from me. I apologise, it was quite fast paced. To be honest, this is the last day that I have free to film this, and I don't actually have that much time free because I've got so much to do in preparation for Doenload. So wish me luck. I will try and upload this before I go to Doenload because that would make sense. Thank you all for watching. It might not have been the longest video ever, and I'm sorry for that. I'm still working on talking to the camera and, you know, being a bit more natural with the camera. It's not really something that does come that naturally to me right now, but the more I do it, the better I'll get. So yeah, thank you very much. I intend on filming a Doenload vlog. The only thing that will stop me is my phone battery, which reminds me, take a portable charger. I don't have mine with me, which is why I forgot to mention it, but my friend is lending me hers. So, but yeah, make sure you take one or 3 just to be safe. But yeah, so the state of my phone will determine how the video turns out. But thank you very much for watching. I hope this helped in some way. I also recommend to go and watch Emily Boo's video on it. She goes a bit more in depth than I do. But yeah, it's gonna be a good year at Doenload. Let me know if you're going, let me know who you're most excited to see. And if you're not going, let me know who you are most gutted to miss out on seeing. And with that, I'll see you later.